Most men spend their lives chasing women, seeking validation, and bending their principles to gain approval. Stoicism offers a radically different approach, one built on inner strength, self-mastery, and indifference to outcomes. The ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, understood that true power comes not from controlling others, but from mastering oneself. In this in-depth exploration, we will dissect 5 core Stoic principles that transform not just how women perceive you, but how you perceive yourself. This is not about manipulation or quick fixes. This is about becoming the kind of man who naturally commands respect and desire, not because he seeks it, but because he no longer needs it. 1. Focus only on what you control. The death of neediness. One of the foundational teachings of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the idea that some things are within our power and some are not. Most men fail with women because they obsess over external validation. They worry about how they look, what they say, whether she likes them, and whether they're good enough. A Stoic does not waste mental energy on these things. He understands that her attraction is not his responsibility. His character is. When you shift your focus from seeking approval to cultivating genuine confidence, something profound happens. Women sense when a man is not desperate for their attention. They notice when a man is comfortable in his own skin, when he speaks because he has something to say, not because he's afraid of silence. This is the essence of Stoic attraction. You become magnetic by not trying to be. But how do you apply this? Start by catching yourself every time you seek validation. Did she not text back? Good. That's her choice, not yours to agonize over. Did she reject you? Even better. Now you know where you stand and can move forward without illusion. The Stoic does not beg, plead, or negotiate for affection. He knows that a man who needs nothing from a woman is the man she will want everything from. 2. Embrace challenges with calm, the unbreakable frame. Life is full of tests. Women will test you, situations will challenge you, and emotions will try to derail you. Most men fail these tests because they react impulsively. They get angry when ignored, nervous when challenged, and desperate when faced with uncertainty. The Stoic, however, remains unshakable. Why? Because he has trained his mind to see obstacles as opportunities. If a woman plays games, he doesn't engage. He either walks away or responds with amused indifference. If she tries to provoke him, he remains steady. This is not about being cold or emotionless. It's about mastering your reactions. Women are instinctively drawn to men who cannot be emotionally manipulated. They respect the man who stays composed when others panic. The Stoic exercise here is simple. Practice discomfort. Let go of the need to always have the upper hand. If she leaves you on red, do not double text. If she criticizes you, laugh it off. The more you train yourself to remain calm under pressure, the more naturally this strength will radiate. Remember, a man who controls his emotions controls the room. 3. Act with integrity, the power of authenticity. Most men wear masks. They pretend to be richer, tougher, or more interesting than they really are, hoping to impress. Stoicism teaches the opposite. True confidence comes from being unapologetically yourself. A man who owns his flaws, his passions, and his boundaries is a man who cannot be shaken. Women can sense inauthenticity from miles away. They've been conditioned by evolution to detect weakness, neediness, and deception. But when a man stands firm in his values, when he says what he means and means what he says, he stands out. This is not about being perfect. It's about being real. How do you cultivate this? Stop pretending. If you're not a party guy, don't force it. If you're introverted, own it with quiet confidence. The Stoic does not change himself to fit her expectations. He lets her rise to his standards. A man who refuses to compromise his integrity is a man who commands respect without asking for it. 4. Accept what you cannot change. The art of detachment. Most men cling. They chase women who aren't interested, obsess over past rejections, and torture themselves with what-ifs. The Stoic does none of these things. He understands that attachment to outcomes is the root of suffering. If a woman isn't interested, he doesn't beg, he doesn't convince, he simply moves on. This isn't a tactic, it's a mindset. The Stoic knows that no amount of persuasion can create genuine attraction. Either she wants him or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, there's nothing to mourn. This level of detachment is rare, which is why it's so powerful. Women are used to men who orbit them, hoping for scraps of attention. When they encounter a man who walks away without bitterness, they are forced to question their own value. Detachment is not indifference, it's self-respect. 5. Improve yourself daily. The long-term mindset. The Stoics believed in constant growth. While most men chase quick fixes, pick-up lines, fashion trends, fake confidence, the Stoic invests in becoming a better man every day. He lifts weights, reads books, builds discipline, and pursues purpose. Women are drawn to ambition, but not the shallow kind. They respect a man who is always evolving, not for them, but for himself. A man who is committed to excellence doesn't need to convince women of his worth. His life speaks for itself. This is the ultimate Stoic lesson. Attraction is a side effect of mastery. Master your mind, your body, and your mission, and women will notice. This is the truth most men never learn. You don't attract women by chasing them. You attract them by becoming the kind of man worth chasing. Stoicism teaches us that real power isn't in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. When you focus only on what you control, face challenges with unshakable calm, live with unbreakable integrity, accept what you cannot change, and commit to constant growth, you stop being just another option and start being undeniable. Women don't fall for games. They fall for men who don't need to play them. So forget shortcuts. Forget manipulation. Build yourself into a man of substance, and attraction will follow, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. This isn't just about dating. This is about becoming the strongest version of yourself. And when you do that, everything else, including the right women, will come naturally. If this resonated with you, you're already ahead of most men. Now go put these principles into action. The world and the women in it will respond accordingly. Until next time, stay stoic.